you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Welcome to the Detroit Cast on a Tuesday with Mike and Jay. Biggie, of course, is here. Mickey is back. Welcome back, Mickey. Poos is here. Poos. How you doing, pal? Hey, here it is. Is that what he says? Here it is?
Or
Mickey
there
says,
it is.
Here it is. Here it is.
I think it's
I was
there it
thinking
is.
there it is.
I really think it's there it is. To be honest with you.
I pulled it for here it is, as in the show is here.
Well, so of course he's going to push for it, that he thinks that's what it is.
That's what I heard. That's why I pulled it. And I heard
It's
it
sort of
without
a,
music.
what
on it.
do?
Well, I
It
think you
is.
heard wrong.
How would you know?
It's in the
Because I
ear.
listen to it every day.
It's in the ear of the beholder.
Plus, I've been listening to several past episodes a few times a day. So,
What an auspicious planny.
exactly. Very auspicious.
Why have you been listening to past episodes? Just to hear
Taking-
yourself?
No, taking the notes. I'm
Oh,
taking
okay.
notes from
Taking
past
notes.
episodes.
Good. It's doing work.
And clips.
I listened to 3 episodes today. It's kind of like
How were
not
they?
fun.
How were they? I know. We don't know. Do these things like,
It gets boring.
What an asshole.
do these things stand up or what?
No.
Why do they get boring?
No, when you're just sitting there and listening to one back after, and you're not really listening for enjoyment. I've already heard the conversation, but I'm trying to look for, I don't know, when you're trying to take in detailed notes about what happened.
Are you ever embarrassed about you?
Never.
It's like, Jay, Mike, yeah, maybe.
Who do you think comes off the worst?
Me? No, I don't know.
Who comes off the best?
well, come
Besides
on.
Jay.
Besides Jay. Mickey.
Good looking out, bro.
I've never seen Mickey make a mistake so far. Never heard him lie about facts like I've heard you. It's funny when I go back and listen to these old episodes, by the way, because like I start to
Because
hear
you
things.
fact checked
Well,
since
well,
then?
no.
Like things have come to
I start
fruition.
listening.
The thing you're supposed to do during the show
Yeah.
so you can correct your partners.
No,
and
that's not
make
what it
them
is.
sound the
What-
best they
what I'm-
can, like a solid producer would do. But whatever.
What I'm trying to say is, which Mike already knows about me and he's told you several times, but even when I'm sitting there in my couch listening to past episodes, and when I find myself, one of you guys saying something I'm pissed off about, I find myself yelling in the basement while I'm wearing headphones. So I'm just in the basement yelling. Fuck you, Jay! And fuck you! Half the time I consider texting you guys and be like, this is fucking bullshit. 3:22, 10 minutes in, fuck you.
You're making yourself in stereo as you double yell, fuck you, Jay!
I seriously, I found myself yesterday in
That's bullshit. What's an example? You can't even think of
I'm
one.
trying to, no, there totally was one.
No, you can't even
I
think of
can't think of it off the top. No, there was 3 moments yesterday where I almost texted you guys to let you know that
That we
listening
were
back
wrong?
to it, I was pissed off about it still.
What, did we get something wrong and you were right? Or
I
we
don't
just
remember
fucking
what
with you?
I think it was just something I was pissed about. I don't remember. Well, I was mad. I told Jay this last night. I was mad about the concept. I still believe about the old man in the house.
Oh
and
God!
the Paul.
After we went off air, like, right after we pushed stop,
Yeah.
he starts arguing with me about that house collapse, and he was saying,
Oh,
"Remember,
yeah.
an old man is more apt to die in a house collapse."
It's a
It's like,
102-year-old.
dude,
was fine.
it matters how the house
Of
collapses.
course it does. But there's no chance that a younger person would be able to take a hit more than an old man. Like if his heart might freaking, his heart might be bad, so he'll get more scared, or it could be anything. There's no question to me that an old man would have less chance of survival in a house collapse.
Dude, it completely depends on
course-
how the house collapses.
Of course it does.
Well, then how can you judge chances and shit? It depends,
I'm
man.
saying all things being equal.
It proves Jay's point because that story sparked over the 102-year-old who was just fine. He had a little scrape on his knee.
Okay, well, whatever. That's one example. And all I said was, in my mind, I felt like it would be bigger deal that an old man would survive than a 21-year-old.
I love how he explains sometimes his dumb feelings about things by like, well, it was in my mind. Right. It
Yeah.
was in your mind, and then you spewed it out of your mouth, and it became a stupid statement.
I wish I could remember. There was 2 things yesterday that was really, I swear, one, I had my phone out and I was ready to text one of you about it. And then just like, what am I going to fucking do?
Don't you dare waste my time with texts like that. Don't you dare. I'll pummel your ass.
I know it's funny. You know what, dude? It's funny. The funny moments still come off as funny to me. it's different when I was like, the problem is now I've gotten where I'm only a few episodes from caught up. So it just happened 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But when it was 2 weeks ago, then it's like it's actually already forgot it. So I actually do enjoy those ones and watching and I listen and laugh.
In all sincerity, when I listen back, because I've done a lot of listening back too, I'm constantly air checking us to see where we're dropping the ball, where we can do better. And dude, Jay comes off so fucking funny to me. When I know it pains me to say that, but I laugh more out loud hearing Jay's comments about shit and the way he says things than I do in real time when we're doing the show, if that makes any sense.
Dude, I've told you.
Take it as a compliment, but I swear it's like, God damn.
That's right, Mike.
It's a funny motherfucker over there.
Well, I've told you that this very specific moment it's still to this day. I've been walking around since I listened to this about 2 weeks ago because I thought it might be for one of our show samples and about the fat injections. And the lady that died getting the fat injections and the concept of they were in there. Oh, they were making sure that they were
could ask if they right reason.
Yeah,
this is like an uncertified place, right? Like a clinic that just two dudes opened up. Yeah,
black market fat injections, and they're like they're making sure they were for the right reasons. And you go like, well, what would be the wrong reasons? And Jay just, I want a big fat ass. And he's just
like, you've come to the right place. Have a seat.
Sit right down. And it's been 2 weeks now, and I still will find myself in the house.
I want a big fat ass.
I want a big fat ass. Well, sit right down.
Is that going to be a sample? You going to pull that out?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think you already
passed muster.
I already pulled it, but Mike hasn't given it the go yet.
The final.
Yeah,
approval.
no, I liked that one. I thought that one was good. The only one I didn't like was the guy. There was one you pulled.
Yeah.
And it was the guy that I'm not gay no more. I'm not gay no more. The guy dancing.
Right at church.
And the reason was, as far as like an example of this show, if you're trying to push like, here's a reason to listen to the Detroit Cast. It was more just like a clip of something unrelated to the show that we're just kind of laughing at.
Yeah.
So it kind of was like, well, yeah, it's a funny clip that anybody could have found, but I don't think it was a strong enough representation of this show.
No,
but other than that, I thought they were good, dude.
I didn't think about it. When you thought about it later, I didn't. It was so funny to me, but you're right. A lot of it is a video, and it's not us talking. And I got that afterwards when I thought about it.
Yeah,
so.
Typical E effort.
Right was, dude. You know what? I know some of this is because I got caught back on taking these notes. So I'll admit that some of this is definitely my fault. But dude, Saturday to today, I think I've listened to like 7 to 8 episodes of this show.
Are you a fan yet?
I literally just sat there on I went to work on Saturday, ran. Yeah. I went to work. I went to Planet Fitness right after, and I came home. My Saturday night was listening to 3 episodes of the Detroit Cast. Sunday 3, almost 4 today.
That's 6 hours on Saturday.
I know, just sitting there. And the thing is, the problem is when you're just listening, taking notes. Editing is one thing because at least you can kind of be doing others. I don't know, like there's certain things like if I'm just.
You should be focused on editing when you're editing. No. You shouldn't be doing other things.
No, you think it'd be the opposite. When you're just taking notes, you could multitask maybe. When you're editing,
no, it's funny. It's funner. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, it's more fun to me because I don't mind sitting there working on. But when I'm just sitting there and it's Saturday, I know I could be but not really.
Gotta listen to all your boring stories and shit.
No, I know I could be multitasking, but when it's Saturday night, I'm not really multitasking. So I'm just sitting with the computer, and the Tigers weren't playing. There was no NBA basketball on that. There was no sports on, or at least I didn't.
Do you ever find a point in the show like right now where you go, "Fuck, am I talking a lot?"
Nope.
Just talking in circles.
Not once. Never thought about it.
No.
I always think I talked just the appropriate amount for that episode. Not too much or not too little. Right in that middle.
Not good at self-critiquing, are you? Not a strong suit, huh?
All right, let's move on. We got a big show, guys.
Yeah, we got a dare I say
this is the
big
first time
show
I've ever said it.
Feels good, doesn't it?
I'm like them.
We got a lot to get to. We got a payout for whizzing on the floor. We'll explain.
A good payout?
I think so. Any payout is a good payout. We got a Dubai jumper. We've got a Duke professor who's in some hot water. We got a special yearbook image. Not so special.
Damn it.
Is this
Mike.
Abby?
Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses?
ISIS being
glasses.
ISIS being dicks yet again. Did we talk about ISIS yesterday?
We just touched on the fact that the Delta Force dudes took out one of their leaders, but we didn't get into them taking Ramadi, right?
Yeah, which is a big
Sons
deal.
of bitches.
Yeah, that's the
one of those bubbles again.
Yeah, I'm drinking the the Red Bull thing.
Delicious and refreshing, righty?
So refreshing.
They've this happened over the weekend, I guess, right? You guys are terrible. Over the weekend that they took Ramadi, which is the biggest city, like closest to Baghdad.
They're like 60 miles.
It's like Lansing. Yeah, it's like being from where we are right now to Lansing. Not very far from Baghdad, which is next on the list, I would guess. That is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But they had a big twisted victory parade yesterday,
Carrying heads and shit.
Oh yeah, all that type of stuff. In Ramadi, an orgy of violence and beheadings. The extremists could march on Baghdad, they say, within the next month. Which, I mean, Ramadi used to house 1 million people.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a small city. Mutilated bodies scatter the streets of what they call the gateway to Baghdad, where they slaughtered around 500 people.
Look at the Toyota trucks all lined up.
Look
at those graphics on the side of that one. You know?
This one's actually new somehow.
Yeah.
Probably that auction process. Remember when the guy in Indiana was like, hey, that's my Ford truck. It's got my plumbing insignia on the side.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
See the little kid there with the
oh, nice. Getting them started.
Grenade launcher.
Well, gotta learn sometime.
Fuck. That's a 4-year-old.
Oh, are they driving a Nissan in the background there? Look at that.
Come on.
Outrageous. They had over 8,000 people flee their homes in just the last couple days. Look at these little tiny kids.
Yeah,
with these.
That's a problem.
Doesn't seem safe.
Now they've released images.
That's your worry of all these images we're
worried
looking
about the
at.
safety of the individual children. Worried about the safety
They're
of our
blowing
world.
each other up and dropping bombs.
So they got all these pictures of them celebrating, children wielding automatic weapons, a fleet of Toyota pickup trucks carrying the fighters through the bloodstained streets of Ramadi.
All right, it's time. I'm declaring it. Let's go bust this shit up.
This professor who is an expert in the Middle East says if ISIS managed to reach Baghdad, it would be utter carnage. If ISIS turn up in great numbers in Baghdad, it will be an absolute slaughter between Sunnis and Shias there. ISIS are now having so many successes and moving so quickly that Baghdad is under very real threat from ISIS forces outside Baghdad and also the ISIS terror cells inside Baghdad as well. We're in for a very long summer of fighting in Iraq. Taking Ramadi will make the Shia militia in Baghdad even more radicalized and more dangerous. This is what ISIS wants. It wants it to come out and have sectarian scrap with which forces all the Sunnis to go towards ISIS. If they had any opportunity to enter Baghdad, they would. It's going to be more difficult for them to do because Baghdad's a military stronghold of the Shia militia. And if they manage to actually take Baghdad, which is predominantly Shia, there would be massacres to the scale we haven't seen since the Mongol Empire in the 13th century.
Damn.
Yeah. U.S. airstrikes have stepped up raids against the Islamists. Well, that's good to know. Dude, I couldn't agree more with you. What are you waiting for?
It blows. We lose guys, right? But we've got to commit
the cost
to it.
of doing business.
We've got to commit to a multi-generational force over there.
Yeah.
And just take care of this shit.
And you can point fingers and blame and, Bush led us into a war that we didn't need to be in. If Saddam Hussein was still in power, none of this would be happening. Whatever. We're here. Here's where we are. And every person that's running for office right now would have done the exact shit that Bush did when he made that call based on the information that we had at the time. Like, those were the decisions that were made by leaders at the time. Nobody was looking for a reason to just go fuck with Iraq. It's just not the reality.
Isn't it clear, too, over a century or two or three that this shit's just going to keep rising up in various forms? So that's when I say multi-generation. We just have to understand that this is the world now. And that's the problem area. And unless we're going to have freedom from oil overseas and do something domestically where we can just take care of ourselves, which isn't going to happen. And we know that shit can come to our shores now, and we can't just feel safe by the presence of the ocean separating the continents. I mean, fuck, you can't just keep going in and just putting Band-Aids on stuff.
No.
And I say that realizing that I have 2 young boys who could be called to action and who could have to take part in this. That sucks. really sucks. But
Yeah.
we got to do it, man.
Yeah, because it's not slowing down, and they are not going to stop. This is, like you said, it's the world we live in. And the scary thing is, if you look at the control they have, they've got Baji, they've got Fallujah, they've got Mosul, and now they've got Ramadi. I mean, they have surrounded Baghdad in ISIS control. So yeah, this is getting really bad. They were showing the Iraqi military running again, taking off.
Man,
running.
they're good at that.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's necessarily their fault. They haven't gotten the backup. This gets so political so quick, and I won't pretend to be an expert with Shia and Sunni and tribal.
Iraq.
I mean, it's a fucking disaster. There are people that won't give weapons to certain people because they're not.
Sure.
And so you're dealing with this mess where these guys really don't have the backup politically that they need. They don't. American forces, when we yanked out of there in 2011, was that what it was? 2012 when
Yeah, it seems
Obama
like
pulled everybody
later than
out.
that, but okay.
Just a disaster. It's time. I mean, it just is. It's time to go in there and start whooping ass. I mean, how far do you let this go? Wouldn't you rather take this force on when it's 30,000 people and not 1 million?
Right.
Because the people that get conquered, when they go into these cities,
swallowed up by them.
they get swallowed up in the wave, and all of a sudden it's like, what are your choices? You either join the fight and fight for ISIS, or you lose your head, literally. So what do you think they're going to do?
It's like the blob rolling through town. Remember
Yeah,
the blob?
I do
Just
remember
gets
the
bigger
blob.
and bigger as it goes.
Yeah.
It was awful.
So at what point does our president stop worrying about what's going on in Ferguson, Missouri, or Baltimore, Missouri? At what point do we stop worrying about little piddly bullshit in this country and actually go and do something when there's a problem in the world? Like that's the role of America. Like, take it or leave it, like it or not. That's the world. That's the world we live in, and everybody's looking at America going, guys, you're the world power. So what are you going to do? How long are you going to let this just roll through where you're taking Christians by the hundreds, lining them up at the Mediterranean, lopping their fucking heads off? How long are you going to stand back and watch reporters get beheaded, American journalists get beheaded, and just go, it's a tough thing over there. What do we need help from everybody else. Well, what if they don't step up? I mean, airstrikes aren't going to do it. And why haven't you launched an airstrike when they're having their fucking parade? Look at those pictures.
Yeah.
That's 200 trucks deep. Go in and wipe all 200 trucks out. What are you waiting for?
Yeah. Just go right down the line. It's like a line of ants.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a fun video to watch?
Oh,
Be like a video game, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, there's deep philosophical issues that I think bar him from making that decision. And we all heard what those views were back during the elections, and we knew what we were getting. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
know he can't go to war on his own,
Yeah.
but he could certainly make a much stronger play to do that. He can certainly send troops in, ground troops. He has that authority. Certainly yanking them out of there wasn't the best move.
But fundamentally, if you don't think America is exceptional and doesn't play that sort of role in the world, then why would you? You would take that stance. You'd say, no, we need to be respectful of the region, and we need to wait till we're invited and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of us are going, no. Yeah, I know that's a shot. That's a shot at him, but it's true. I mean, what else are you supposed to think? Think about how other leaders have handled situations like this, where you go in and you take care of business.
It's a hard decision, right? It'd be
you're sending. I mean, but dude, it was already a tough decision. What did we lose? 4,000 troops there, 20,000 injured, losing limbs.
Yeah.
What did they fight for? They fought for Fallujah. They fought for Mosul.
Kill those guys who are injured right now.
I mean, talk about disrespect to those guys that went over there and sacrificed their lives for this country, and to give it all back in a matter of a couple of years. Are you shitting me? The job's not done. Go to work. Let's go. And then you see stuff like this egging the thing on, and just kind of,
and it makes it all the more urgent when you see a story like this.
Yeah. They're Rome now. They've got ISIS people are basically jumping on boats, and they're flouting their terror credentials with Rome's Colosseum as the backdrop. Supporters have posted photos showing they are already in Europe and counting down till the 0 hour. The images published on Twitter have emerged as Libyan intelligence claims that the Islamic State are exploiting the Mediterranean refugee emergency to send its fighters into the heart of Europe. They've made frightening inroads into Libya in recent months. And you could see these pictures in front of police cars. They've got like
that honestly is kind of chilling to see that.
Yeah.
They're there. They're standing there holding the little sign in front of their camera with the Coliseum in the background.
Yep.
Taking the
selfies,
picture.
almost selfies like. And them in front of police units, the Coliseum. So they say they're talking about having executed dozens of Christians in several breathtakingly bloodthirsty attacks on the shores of the Mediterranean. They then pointed their sabers towards Europe. There have been growing fears that militants would take advantage of tens of thousands of migrants surging across the Mediterranean to send operatives to Europe. Now it appears they've already succeeded in that. So basically, they're commandeering boats and acting like, oh, we're just refugees trying to get out of this terrible place. And then they hop on the boat and they go off and they think they're being saved, so to speak. And then they've just planted themselves in Europe. And they're walking around like, yep, here we are.
Yeah, so these pictures we're referring to, this is no longer them like standing on the planet Tatooine spouting bullshit or sitting in a cave. They're there.
Yeah.
They're right there.
Yep.
Sends a message, man.
The photos taken at landmarks and train stations in Italy.
What if this was New York, you know?
Remember the one guy that rolled past the White House with the ISIS?
No.
Yeah. But do you remember that he drove past the Pennsylvania Avenue with a picture of the ISIS flag.
Wow.
As he rolled by, just like filming. You could probably find video of that. It was a while ago, maybe last year. But it was like, yeah, there you go. There have been the photos taken at landmarks and train stations show a piece of paper displaying the Islamic State logo and messages such as Islamic State in Rome, we are in your streets. One post says hashtag Islamic State in Rome now is observing and locating the target, waiting for the 0 hour. So just like waiting for some word to go. Pictures show venues in Milan, including the city's cathedral. Police vehicles in the background of many of the pictures seem intended to further underline the would-be terrorist boldness. It's not the first time they've identified Rome, the home of Christianity, as a symbolic. Yeah, there you go. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
On the guy's iPhone. A picture of the Islamic. Now, that could be Big E. It could be just someone fucking around, but still, taking a picture of the White House with the Islamic flag in the photo.
Remember those ISIS golf shirts?
Yes.
I don't know why I just thought of that. Just that insignia, I guess, reminded me. Fuckers had a merchandise site.
These guys are really good at making money.
Yeah.
From golf shirts. They're rigging these boats and they're basically holding these guys captive, the captains of these boats. They're holding them, at gunpoint saying, we'll split the profits from you, but you're taking these people on this boat trip. And they said they stand out like a sore thumb because they're not nervous at all. They're just like stone-faced, ready to go to war. And then they're getting off the boat and off they go. Something to look forward to.
Hey, as you may have heard, Zott Ford is in the middle of their spring cleaning sale. That means all 2014 inventory has got to go, and it has to go now. While supplies last, you can get 0% financing for 72 months on almost every 2014 in stock. Also, the rebates on the 2014 cars, trucks, and SUVs, they've never been higher at Zott than they are right now. It's not very often you can finance a brand new Ford with $0 out of pocket and 0% financing. So please hurry down to Zott Ford at I-75 and exit 98 and jump all over these smoking hot deals the same way I jump all over Big E for being a fuckface. Check out their massive inventory and incredibly hot sales staff at ZottFord.com. Is that true, E? You're there every day, the hot sales staff?
Yes.
Or whatever? Into
Sure.
the mic.
Yes.
You talking about Mickey?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm technically sales staff though, but I am there and hot every day.
Yeah, we got two right here, the finest.
He's putting himself in there.
There we are.
He's putting himself in the hottest piston pant wearing fuckface. Look at you with your flannel PJs underneath. God, dude, at least if you're gonna wear those, like keep them buttoned. I mean, you've got like 4 buttons at the bottom. Look at this shit.
Yeah, he's a mess.
How many days in a row?
It's been weeks.
I haven't worn the Michigan ones in a while because the Michigan ones are kind of broken. So it's just down to these ones
His
now.
pants are broken.
He
Okay.
actually wore
Time to burn them, dude.
Yeah, it is time. We need a ceremony to burn those.
Well, you're gonna have to replace them because I need these pants. Because this is what's separating me from being a loser wearing just pajama pants when I come here. These would give it some.
You
kind
have
of,
jeans, you have shorts.
I know, but those are uncomfortable. I like just being.
I don't think I've
comfortable.
ever seen him wear shorts.
I don't like. It's always too cold.
This is the first time I've seen you in shorts in about a year.
No,
I
I
don't-
always wear shorts.
Come on, man.
I don't like wearing shorts because it's just never warm enough for me.
You never wear shorts.
I wear shorts
When you got little
outside.
chicken legs or something?
No, I wear
Do you have
shorts.
chicks and legs?
Look at those
Look
little
at those
chicken
chicks
legs.
and legs. Look at those chicks and legs.
I wear shorts outside all the time.
He wears
obviously.
those little ball hugger running
Yeah.
shorts. He wears those shorts. He plays hoops in them.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
I did.
Awesome.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah,
The
you
shorty
did.
shorts.
Playing a character.
You were playing a character. You were playing you. You are a character.
I know. Well, it was me animated a little bit.
We've got a high school coming under fire.
Oh,
For,
son of a bitch.
What? They
Am I going to recuse myself again?
nope. You're not allowed.
You already said that was your one of the year.
I came back into that one.
No, you can't just willy
I
nilly
know.
go in
I
and
don't.
out.
I don't know
called
what
off the mulligan.
It seems like a technicality that you shouldn't be able to recuse yourself and then join back in once it goes better than you thought.
If you want to claim
That seems like bullshit. When you recuse yourself, you need to step aside.
All right, that was my one. Fine.
All right.
I'm
Well, they refuse to put special needs students in their yearbook.
what?
Was No Sag Negatnarb in our yearbook?
Absolutely.
Was he?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive. I think. Yeah. I'm almost positive.
Wait, what do you mean they refused? Like,
Well, I'll tell you. Amber Bailey's her name. She's 21 in high
whoa,
school.
wow.
She's
Oh,
buying
the-
beer for the other kids.
The Big E program, man.
19 is not. 19 is different than 21.
Not much.
Yes, it's a big difference.
This is in Utah. She's one of 17 students who take classes at the county's Community Learning Center, which is in the same building as the Blue Peak High School.
Oh well.
I
Is
know.
she really in the high school then? That's the question, right?
Well, clearly. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Amber, who has the Downs, has been in the yearbook but before for a couple of years, but this year the school decided to stop including those students.
You know what? I would say this.
The Mongoloids?
Right.
I get it that you can make the argument they're not part of the school. You asshole. You're gonna say you're gonna recuse yourself, and then you're gonna use mongoloids in the same. Like you almost didn't even talk
That is a
about
clinical term.
it.
Yeah, he's trying to be a pro.
Right.
Fine. If they, I get that if the argument could be they're not necessarily part of the high school. Why don't you just do it? And knowing that this would be, knowing this would get steam, just throw 10 of them in there and whatever.
Just 10 of them.
or
Put them
whatever.
in one picture. Let them share a picture, a cube.
But what if oh my God, the hot girl is right there and then she gets put right next to her. Oh my God, I don't even know who that is.
Never even seen her. She's
Oh my
like
God.
30.
Who is that? And
Oh my
why is she
God.
right next to me in the composite?
Who is Amber Bailey? Who is anyone?
You know that's what would happen.
Probably. There she is. There's Amber Bailey. It's kind of like they singled out the students who were in the transition program and said, "We don't want you in our yearbook." Amber's mother, of course, Amber's mother's all hot about this. Leslie Bailey.
Bailey. Does she need to be in the yearbook? She's 20 fucking one. You need to be in the yearbook anymore. Who are you showing this to? She gonna get signed at the end of the year? Yes. To dear Amber, I want. Can you give me some beer?
Yeah, can't they have their can't they have their own composite? This class or group of kids, and then that's
Right,
their
just
class?
I know. They've been to school with these kids. They've walked the halls with them. How would you feel if it was your child?
Who cares?
Your child is left out because, as the principal told me, we don't have enough pages.
Oh God.
Right, come on, you idiot. Don't make a remark
I
like
don't have enough pages in the yearbook. Sorry. We had to cut someone, so Amber went.
No, the problem is Christy Baleman would have bitched. Oh my God, who is that? Oh my God, why is she next to me?
How can the principal be such a
is that? She is gross.
The principal, he's such a moron to have that be the quote that he gives. Why not?
That's what she claims he says.
Okay.
They say that's bullshit. They didn't say
Okay.
that. The school meanwhile said it's not in fact a matter of space. Even they knew that was ridiculous.
It's a matter of them not being in the school.
Yeah, they rather decided there was no reason to include the special needs students. They don't participate in classes with those Blue Peak high school kids, said Matt Jackson, the director of special ed for the county.
So it's different than No Sedge Negatnarb. Little
Yeah,
Negatnarb was rolling down the halls with all of us.
I had a class with him.
I had a freaking broken Achilles due to that dude running up on my ankles.
I know.
And you saw him broke his hand.
Absolutely.
Yeah, broke his
His
arm in
wrist.
there.
Sharpening a pencil.
Yep.
That little son of a bitch.
Satan.
What's he doing?
He was just a
Oh,
What's he doing now?
not a happy little man.
I saw him in a van within
yeah,
the last
yeah.
couple of years. I saw him
coming
tooling
at you,
around.
right? You're going one way, he's coming
Coming
the
at
other.
me, it was like, there was no Sedge Negatnarb. No way. Look at that man. Look at that proofs.
That little Negatnarb just driving right at you.
Yep. In a van.
I'll be damned.
Probably in the same leather jacket.
God, I'd give
Yeah.
anything to know what he's doing right
Drawing
now.
demons and dragons and shit. Remember
Plotting
that?
revenge.
Wow. He had those long, pointy fingernails too.
Yeah. Yep. Whew. Scary. Yeah, we should find out. If anyone knows what No Sedge Negatnarb is up to, we'd love an update. He died 4 years ago, you insensitive assholes.
Still have his school ID in my wallet.
This guy for the special ed for the county also noted that since the goal of the transitional program is to help these individuals move on from high school, it did not make sense to have them involved in high school
Ooh,
activities.
well
like the
played.
yearbook.
Well played.
Yeah.
Administrators.
This does not sit well with Amber's mom. She is shocked and outraged by the decision. It doesn't just matter because I love her. Yes, it does. And I want the best for her. But it bothers me because it seems they've gone back in time to where we're not including them and we are going to tuck them away and say, no, they don't exist.
Why don't they make a special one for her?
I was thinking that too. Like, make your own yearbook.
Put in a new page where there she is. Hey, and you got a full page. Holy shit.
Yeah. This sounds like a technicality almost where it's like you've got the Blue Peak High School and then they've just like rented out a wing to
Right.
this like older group of special kids. And yeah, there might be some crossover in the hallway from time to time, but they're not really high school
That's what
students.
it sounds like.
And so they're like, yeah, well, why would, I mean, if they can, if one of them sneaks a foot into a picture, we're not going to delete it. But I mean, like go out of our way to make sure they're included in the pages. I mean, Candace Bailman, as you said, is going to be livid.
Oh,
Who is this girl?
Oh my God.
Oh, is that even a girl? Who is Amber Bailey? I never even heard of her.
it's like Grimace. Not sitting next to Grimace in my composite.
I don't think whatever that girl's name you said would use composite.
You don't think so?
No.
Where's my purple? She does
Oh,
have
here we go. We're turning her into Grimace.
Oh,
Well, she does have a grimace look to her, but
Told you.
Well, anyone could have guessed that he would have gone to Grimace. That's he's kind of become a one-trick pony, to be honest with you.
no,
Mike or me?
Mike.
Okay.
I didn't say it. It doesn't work. I need purple and I need a yeah. I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that work. It's not my finest work.
Well, it's more cousin it than Grimace.
Yeah, I've
To
kind
be
of
quite
ruined
frank.
My God, that's horrible.
What are you gonna do, righty?
Well, that's true. When you say what are you gonna do, I think what are you gonna do to me has gotten to the point where it can just justify anything that you do in your life. You just what are you gonna
You know, this is sad, but I'll admit it. Gab and I were talking about the phrase or whatever just yesterday.
Really?
And it's sort of gotten into it's put, its claws into our family a little bit. And it's gotten to the point where it's as prevalent as dude to me. And you know how
Wait,
useful
who's saying
afraid
it,
it,
Gab or you or both?
all of us.
Really?
The kids are saying it. Yeah.
Why?
It's pretty bad. It just because it ends it ends everything. It's
But
sort of
were you
just
saying it before, but now
No,
you're just noticing
no.
it? Are you sure?
totally
like let's go to a movie or whatever.
right. But we always say it in e voice or whatever. Yeah.
So you've brought that into your house.
Yes, and it's awful.
Uh,
It's like a cancer.
and Gab will play along too.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's all right.
See,
dude.
it's
As long as
funny,
the family's playing along.
the boys will too.
I'm starting to think that you could make at the beginning of this. I could make the argument that like Mike brought me in and I was a positive, but I could just be ruining both of your lives in reality. I could just
No,
be
that's
like,
a very good point, E.
like
Yeah, you're dragging us down.
there's a
for
solid
sure.
argument to be made
Yeah.
that I'm bringing nothing to the table except
Yeah, this is going to be 3 tards on mics in no time.
yes, I'll go
whatever.
No, you fuck you, E, or whatever. The show just becomes us yelling at each other and saying or whatever. Boys will be boys, or whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yada yada yada. You haven't said that in a while. Or
Yeah.
geez Louise. When I first got here, that's all he was saying. Geez Louise. Like, what
I don't
the
know why. I like
fuck,
saying
man?
"Geez Louise." I don't say it that often anymore, though.
That's
Thank
brutal.
God.
I'm gonna bring it back.
Jeez Louise is brutal.
I'm bringing it back.
Please
Very
don't.
douchey.
Yeah. Everything about him is douchey. Remember the lady we turned into the Wicked Witch?
Oh yeah.
Jokar's mom?
Yes. Angry woman.
Oh, evil woman.
Blaming everybody but her sons.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm not familiar with this guy, but Russia seems to love this guy, Putin. He's the Chechen leader, Ramzan Kadyrov, has claimed U.S. spies orchestrated the Boston bombing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that interesting? And the mother of Dzhokhar has said America will burn for giving him the death sentence. Yeah, lovely people. Kadyrov took to Instagram to post a bizarre rant in which he accused the U.S. of being behind the Boston bombings and claimed Dzhokhar, who was given the death penalty, was a scapegoat of the West. Just a
Unbelievable.
scapegoat.
You know, instead of giving a single thought to all those victims,
Yeah,
it's all pointing fingers. Can't be my kids.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking break.
Sarnov's mother also went on social media, sent a series of hate-filled messages. No wonder this kid was like this. I mean, if that's what you're growing up around.
Oh, don't give
with-
him any leeway.
Yeah, well, I don't
Personal
care.
responsibility, Mike.
Sure.
He was who he was because of himself and his own views.
They call this guy a Putin puppet. Kadiker. He made the post on Sunday, said if they, the Sarnov brothers, actually did the attack, I don't believe the U.S. Special Intelligence Services didn't know about it. So it's our fault that we knew about it and let it
'em
go
do it.
on so that we'd have a scapegoat, as if that advances our some narrative somehow. Like, what is it? What is in America's best interest to have some shithead?
So now we can attack Chechnya or what?
Yeah, like where is our end game here?
Yeah.
Where was this supposed to go? He blamed the American lifestyle and bankrupt Western morals for the brothers' actions. Kind of agree with him there, maybe a little bit. He said they were raised in the United States and their attitudes and beliefs were formed there. It is necessary to seek the roots of this evil in America. Kadyrov,
Now, why is she here? That's what I still keep. I mentioned it the last time.
I think she's gone now, isn't she? Or is she still here?
Well, she was raising her kid. Like the idea that she was like, America is evil, yet she brought her kids over here. And
Yeah.
She was definitely here when she was spouting off a couple months ago.
yeah,
I
if
think
she
she's gone back to Russia or whatever,
Oh.
wherever she's from. This guy, by the way, this Kadyrov, stands accused of a string of massive rights abuses and ruling the semi-autonomous region as a personal fiefdom. Real piece of work. Sarnov's mother says about the sentencing and messages posted on this Russian social media site. They think they are killing us, and they think that they are killing us, and they celebrate this. But we are the ones who will rejoice when Allah grants us the chance to behold them in the flames of an eternal and terrifying fire.
Ugh.
Boom! Allah! Boom! Can we just light this bitch up? Where are the drones when you need them? Seriously.
Seriously.
Allah grants us the chance to behold them in the flames of the eternal. Boom! What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last line. Yeah, just keep piling them on. Boom, 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 boom. Threat eliminated. The appeals process, the defense attorney has already indicated she wants to take full advantage of it. And then this guy actually said, the Putin butt buddy said the possibility was not lost on him. He commented, "Who can guarantee that after sentencing Sarnov to death, he won't be found innocent?"
Okay.
This often happens in the United States, by the way. He said. This often happens in the United States. Fuck.
Did you you see that Putin had kind of a Kim Jong Un moment over the last week or so where he was allowed to play in some hockey all-star thing and he scored a bunch of goals?
Yes, I saw it.
Really? Scored like 8 goals or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I didn't see that.
You know, obviously the goalie left the cage or something and they just fed him a bunch of shots. But
did they try to act like he was actually sweet?
I just saw the headline.
Didn't he have like a big
Into the
check?
mic, you son of a bitch.
Didn't he have like a big check too? I'd have to look it up. I
didn't read it. I just saw headline and just chuckled.
Yeah.
8 goals. Okay, Putin.
What a dickhead. Should we take a quick time out?
Sure.
And we'll come back and talk about this.
Or not. It's up to you, Mike.
Yeah. Look at that poops. Look at that poops. Rolling around.
after just drinking toilet water.
She was. That's your fault. You got to close the door.
I didn't even go to the bathroom today.
I think it was my bad.
All right. Mickey, that's your bad.
That's on me.
All right. At least you took personal responsibility. I can appreciate that.
Doesn't happen much around here.
We'll come back and talk about this Duke professor who's stuck defending himself. He compared blacks and Asians. Anytime you go out on that limb, you're walking a line that isn't going to end well.
Probably
usually.
making some generalities that aren't going to be accepted.
And then we got a lot of other stories too. We got a girl that jumped off of one of the tallest building in the world. Didn't go well for her.
She didn't jump from the top, though. I would have been more impressed. If it was the tippy top,
right?
It was an observation deck.
It was only 6 football fields up, but whatever, whatever. Anyway, we'll get into that and a lot more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, TDC friends, you know who it is. Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zot Ford and Holly. As Jay mentioned before, Zot Ford is all about offering our customers choices. Bruce Jenner chose to be a chick. Big E chose to be normcore. And Jay has foolishly chosen to be Big E's trainer. That's how life goes. Well, now you can choose which new Ford you'd like to enjoy. Right now, lease a new 2015 Fiesta, Focus, or Fusion for just $145 a month for only 24 months. Friends, even the cult leader will agree. These deals are too good to pass up. Just $145 for a new Fiesta, Focus, or Fusion. Hurry down to Zot Ford at I-75 and exit 98, or check out our sick deals and our massive inventory at ZotFord.com. Get there.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to the Detroit Cast on a Tuesday with Mike and Jay.
Let me ask you this, Mike.
Yeah.
When a dog puts its wet nose on you, what's coming off that nose onto me? Is that just mucus
Love.
or doggy love?
Look at it.
God, it's just
Look at the poops.
the exposed leg when you're not expecting it. The back of the exposed leg,
Georgie wouldn't do that.
but the crook of the knee.
Yeah. Well, that's just because of the level she's at. She's
Yeah,
at knee
Poos.
level. Go lay down, Poos. Go lay down. Eric, call the Poos.
Hey, Poos. 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 Poos.
Your problem
Hey.
now.
Poos, go lay down. Go lay down.
Ah, the Poos.
I wanted to mention,
Poos.
Housekeeping matters. Well, this is more than housekeeping.
yeah, this is beyond housekeeping. The Tramp is coming to town.
Yeah, that's right. He said it.
The Tramp, as in Mike Tramp, actual lead singer of the great band White Lion.
May have heard of one of their songs.
I probably heard of a few songs. Coming to Callahan's Music Hall. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's actually been a while.
Here we go.
Saturday, May 23rd. So this coming Saturday, the Callahan's Music Hall on South Boulevard off 75 in Auburn Hills. 8 o'clock show, 21 and over. Tickets are $25, which you can get at callahans.com. ATCALLHANS.
Go get it, Mike.
I'm not feeling it. Little child, dry your crying eyes. How can I explain the fear you feel inside? 'Cause you were born into this evil world where man is killing man and no one knows just why. What have we become? Just look what we have done. All that we destroyed, you must build again. When the children cry, let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children sing, then the new world begins. Little child, you must show the way to a better day for all the young. 'Cause you were born for the world to see that we all can live with love and peace. God damn it. No more presidents, and all the wars will end. One united world under God. Under God. When the children cry, let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children sing, then the new world begins. Take it away.
So much better with headphones off.
No, it's not. Anyway, yeah, for those interested in seeing the actual lead singer,
It was a
of White
great
Lion,
tribute to the Tramp, Mike.
Thank you.
What
Tried.
better commercial could have been done than that?
Well, the cool thing about this is I think the Tramp's coming in here.
Oh, the Tramp's coming in.
So I'm hoping that people will go support this and go see the guy that sang, wait, wait. And when the children cry, what have we become? Just look what we have done. All that we destroyed, you must build again. No more presidents.
Oh, God.
Put your headphones on, goddammit. One united world under God.
I love the isolated lyric.
When the children cry. Anyway, you don't have to hear me do it, but I think Tramp is coming in at the end of the week. Like I said, the show is Saturday. I think he's going to come in just before the show. So it'll be, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we'll mention this show a few times this week. And I doubt he'll sing in here.
We'll try.
We'll try, yeah. But
Maybe
yeah,
you can inspire him.
it's weird when I think back as like a little kid. I saw White Lion live.
Yeah.
And saw the Tramp at like the Palace.
Who would
or
have thought the
something.
Tramp would be at your house?
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. That should be fun, right? Have
Oh,
the
yeah.
Tramp in here.
Absolutely.
Can't wait. Anyway, if you're interested and you don't remember what we said, well, just rewind it, or you can email us.
Or we'll say it tomorrow.
Yeah, the luxury of a podcast is you can just back it up. Duh.
Hey, one other thing we got to mention. This is a matter of housekeeping. The Amazon link. Please use the Amazon link on our homepage. It's simple. Just click on it. Shop as you normally would through Amazon. It gives us a little kickback, which is huge support for us. You don't have to pay more for what you're buying there. It just pays us back for introducing you through our portal there on the website. So please use it. It helps us out a lot. Go ahead and bookmark it if you use Amazon a lot, and then just visit that bookmark to enter the site, and we will get credit for it each time you do that.
Yeah. Very cool.
E, do you have anything to say about Instagram?
I don't know that.
Come on, man. Just explain it in simple
I know we're
terms.
trying to do the get to the 400 followers here. I know we're just under 300, I believe, right now. So what you got to do is you got to get on there and follow us, the Detroit Cast, on Instagram.
Foul us.
Hashtag it with
The Detroit Cast 400.
Detroit Cast 400. You want to tag other people in it so they, so they'll see it. And ideally, of course, have them see the Detroit Cast and say, what is this person tagging me in this for?
This is just a shameless attempt to try to get us to 400.
Right,
we're
that's
just
all it's
starting out
about.
Instagram, so we're trying to get to 400.
Right.
When we get to 400, the computer program will pick 5 lucky winners
Yeah.
who will receive the new Detroit Cast mug, which is
Yeah.
sweet.
And your profile needs to be public, can't be private,
Yeah.
for you to be entered for the mug. I guess you can still follow us if it's private. You're just not going to win a mug.
Yeah.
And also you can follow me, big E underscore 69
Big E underscore
or big
69.
underscore something like that.
Oh, geez, you don't know what it is.
Something
Follow-
like that.
Big was it big underscore E? Yeah, that's it. Big underscore E69. There we
You
go.
son of a bitch.
And if you're out there on Twitter, we're all on Twitter as well. J Detroit Cast, at J Detroit Cast,
Yep.
at Big E Detroit Cast, and Walters Radio.
And I've been lax on that a little bit. I apologize. I've been super busy, but I'm going to try to get the Twitter going a bit more and the
Yeah.
message board.
Yeah.
I know we got to get back on there and
Yeah. Rile stuff
do some
up.
stuff.
I did want to mention this professor out of Duke. This is funny whenever these stories come up because we remember how Boston University handled a story like this.
Right. The African-American woman who came out and said some pretty pointed things.
About white people.
Correct.
And hers was very hate-filled.
It was.
It
man.
was definitely hate-filled. And
I'm
this
not going
one,
to shop at on MLK Day. She shops at no white stores.
yeah, which is increasingly hard to do, was what she said.
Seems like it'd
And
be getting easier.
deal with it,
more
white
than
people.
harder.
Y'all are the problem, and
Right.
yeah, she was nasty. Well, a Duke University professor he's been criticized and people are outraged for an online post he had comparing blacks and Asians, said Monday it's not racist to discuss what he sees as differences in how the groups have performed in the U.S. over the past few decades. His name is Jerry Hoff. He's been criticized for a response he posted. So basically, he's made an online comment to someone else's article. And that's where the outrage comes from, because they pinned it back to him. He's 80 years old. Of course, he's white. The article was in the New York Times, an editorial about how racism doomed Baltimore. He wrote that Asians have been described as, quote, yellow races and faced discrimination in 1965 at least as bad as blacks experienced. Of Asian Americans, he wrote, they didn't feel sorry for themselves, but worked doubly hard. I'm a professor at Duke University. Every Asian student has a very simple old American first name that symbolizes their desire for integration. Virtually every black has a strange name that symbolizes their lack of desire for integration.
Really, dude?
Wow.
He's 80 and white. What are you going to do, right? In an email to the AP, Huff defended his comments, but said it's difficult to be subtle in a post on a newspaper's comments section with a limited word count. I only regret the sloppiness in saying every Asian and nearly every black. I absolutely do not think it racist to ask why black performance on the average is not as good as Asian on balance. When the Asians started with the prejudice against the yellow races shown in the concentration camps for the Japanese. Huff described himself as a disciple of Martin Luther King Jr. in the 50s who supported integration. In his lifetime, he said he's observed prejudice ranging from World War II era internment camps for Japanese Americans to segregation in the South, and he's dismayed that more progress hasn't been made. My purpose is to help achieve the battle of the King's battle to overcome and create a melting pot America. His comments on the newspaper site were met with strong criticism on social media. A Duke spokesman said, these comments were noxious, offensive, and have no place in civil discourse.
Noxious. I like that.
Mm-hmm. On Monday, this guy said that Huff's standing as a professor hasn't changed. He also pointed out the school's faculty handbook gives a professor the right, quote, to act and to speak in his or her capacity as a citizen without institutional censorship or discipline. So...
Well, it's an interesting comparison, but pretty foolish of my man to think that a soundbite on social media is going to do that justice or get his point across.
Yeah, I know, but
it sounds like an entire college course, maybe, that you
Yeah.
could study the comparison between the two.
that's a good point. That's a very good point. I think it's funny though what gets tagged with the racism thing by
But that's what these little sound bites are made for. It's made for people to pick at that, and it's made for trolls, and it's made for people to identify. Oh my God, he's a professor! Holy shit, run with it.
yeah.
So that's
yeah,
what I'm saying. It's just the dude wandered into something
yeah.
that he's not probably familiar with, and
Yeah. Or maybe he's very familiar with, and because I don't read those comments and think, wow, what a racist, as much as you go, it makes you think. And maybe that's the point, is to strike up a conversation about these things. I don't know. I guess.
yeah, but trying to make points like, their surnames and this and that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
limited characters and so forth on Twitter, or in limited space on a comment to an article. That's just foolish, dude. You gotta, if that's your viewpoint, you want to express it, it's got to be done way more comprehensively than that, than just throwing out little bits like that. Because of course they're going to run. The other side's going to run with it and call you a racist. You mentioned race.
Yeah,
You're a
that's,
racist.
I guess the problem is just mentioning race or being critical of another race that's not your own.
And then at the
will get
same
you
time,
tagged.
the other side of their mouth, they say, well, we need to have a dialogue about this.
Right.
That's what comes out of every one of these tragedies, like Baltimore and Ferguson. We need to have a dialogue. And then you want to have a dialogue about it. No.
But you can't be honest in the dialogue and go, here's some things I recognize, and maybe both sides are at fault for something, but I'm not blind to what we all see are staggering numbers and percentages of certain groups. But you can't even go there.
Yeah.
You're just tagged a fucking monster to try to go there. And you're right. It's foolish. And maybe the fact that he's 80 years old, he doesn't know the shitstorm that you walk into by making comments like that. I made a comment online. It was about story, the teacher that banged one of her students.
Of course you got it.
When was that?
Dreammaker.
Well, she was on Dr. Phil.
No, I know, but when you said you made a comment? Was
I
this
don't know.
recent or a
Yeah.
while?
Oh yeah. No, recently.
Oh, okay.
And
Did you call her a dream maker or him the luckiest boy alive?
both, I think. And it wasn't so much the story that I wanted to comment on. It was all the commenters that I wanted to comment on.
Oh, okay. You're like, shut up, people.
Yeah. Well, they were, it was funny. She was talking about how she's 30 years old or 30 whatever years old. And this 15-year-old comes into her classroom. He's been flirting with her for weeks, and he kisses her. And then it goes further, and she goes on to tell Dr. Phil or whatever that, oh my God, I was in a loveless marriage, and I knew it was wrong right away, but it felt good. She's kind of blaming the victim, kind of taking some responsibility, but whatever. And so all these commenters are just like immediately probably all women. This is an outrage. She has ruined this boy's life. His life will never be the same. She should rot in jail forever and then rot in hell after that. And every one of them was like 3,000 plus likes and a couple and a handful of negatives. Actually, those are more balanced with the negatives and the positive green arrow and red arrow type things.
God, women just don't understand men, do they?
They don't. That was my comment. And if they wouldn't post
especially
it,
the young male.
they wouldn't post my comment.
Why?
Well,
Did it say?
I purposely went out of my way not to swear, to not say anything too over the line. But I basically said, ruined this boy's life. His life is now ruined. I said something like, you do realize that 15-year-olds since the beginning of time have been, their goal is to get a piece of ass. I didn't say it quite like that. And I said that will continue to be their goal as a 15-year-old male.
Did you say make love?
No, I
Coitus?
said to get a piece, I think I said. And that will
Congress?
be no, I said a piece.
Oh,
But
well, that's why you didn't get posted. You should have said Congress.
that will continue
Engage
to be
in
their
sexual Congress.
that will continue to be their goal until the end of time.
Do the bone dance.
Yeah. Okay.
could've-
The bone dance, sure.
Intercourse.
The
Um,
bone dance.
Intercourse, very clinical.
The bone dance.
The bone dance.
Good one.
God.
That was a cool comment. The bone dance.
Sorry.
So, but I said, if you know, the people commenting on this message board sound like something you would say if you've never been a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, you're right.
Like that's what these sound like to me. This idea of she should rot in jail and then rot in hell afterwards for destroying this young youth's life. And it's like, no, I understand why you're saying that, and I love the argument of, well, it should be the same for a man if he did this targeting a woman.
See, I was
like
gonna
they
say,
all love
you can't
pushing
blame
that.
her for feeling that way because she's thinking from her point of view. If I had engaged in that when I was 15, well, yeah, you're a chick,
Mhm.
and that would be a guy, and that's totally wrong and weird.
Yeah,
But you're right, man.
Disgusting.
Every 15-year-old boy is absolutely wired for that,
yeah.
loving every second
Like,
of it.
big time. And that's the thing where it's like, I don't think you fully understand the difference between, if you have that point of view,
What did
you can't possibly understand the difference. There is a thing in school. I know that men and women are the same now. I realize that we've just matched them in their
Same
gender
DNA,
identity.
man.
Yeah. But when you're growing up, guys can fuck 100 girls in high school and get high-fived every day for it. A girl fucks 2 guys and she's a whore. There's a humongous difference in the labeling that goes on in our schools with teenagers. Girls have to, just a rumor that they put out for 2 guys in a school year makes them a whore. Guys,
Not so
rock
sure of that
stars.
anymore, but
Well,
No,
maybe that's
I
changed.
see your point.
maybe not 2, but you're right. But that's still out there though. I mean, maybe it's not 2 anymore, but it might be, she's at 10. I mean,
But Jay, you and I know a
Of course.
girl whose life was absolutely ruined, and to this day, you and I say the name, and it's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
And it's because she had a rough night and was probably taken horrible advantage of,
Mm-hmm.
and it destroyed her life. If that was flipped and it was a guy, he'd be a fucking rock star.
Mm-hmm.
And so this idea that you've ruined this boy's life, it's not the same. It's just not.
Of course, if a carrot was up his ass, though, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I still want to know how, when it said they wouldn't post it, what did it give
They
it?
just didn't. I've
It just
posted
said-
other comments before, and they post within 20 seconds. And
And it
this
just
one
didn't go
wouldn't.
up?
There's a moderator that needs to check it on all these sites, which is such bullshit. If you're not swearing, if you're just throwing a different
I'm
angle
sure
out
he's
there-
got his radar out for that guy, though. Oh, yeah, of course. You're just going to say the kid wanted it. No way. Delete.
I'm so
Maybe.
glad that SNL finally at least did that bit
Oh, that was
of
awesome.
act. It's the first that I think.
I mean, the
we've
bit
ri-
we've been doing for 2 years.
Well, yeah, but I mean, on a national.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
And there was outrage, total outrage.
God, was that whole? I was telling that to somebody the other day that hadn't seen it. I was talking about like the nicknames even and how he names like 20 of them. He's like, that's all I can remember right now. And there's like 20 nicknames.
Yeah, super
man.
califragilistic dude be dope as some
Right,
dope
right.
kid.
Like the man, and
Yeah,
there's the guy who nailed that the teacher,
yeah,
strengthened his father relationship by having beer with his dad at a game.
yeah. My dad took me for my first beer,
And then what does the judge say?
and
Like,
his dad's sitting in the crowd going, "Miles, I love you."
right.
And the mom's weeping,
Yeah,
just like this woman you just described is commenting. It's
Yeah.
the same point of view.
The
yeah,
judge won't let him go until he pounds it.
yeah.
Hey, this part of the Detroit Cast comes to you from Great Lakes Vapor. Have you or someone you care about finally reached the point in life where you're ready to quit smoking for good? If you're like a lot of people and find it almost impossible to quit, then please visit our friends at Great Lakes Vapor. Their e-cigs are handmade and guaranteed for life. You can stop by and see them at either of their locations, Grand River Avenue in Brighton or off Orchard Lake Road in Farmington. Or if you're like Mike and don't want to leave the house, you can hook everything up online by visiting GreatLakesVapor.com. GreatLakesVapor.com is also the place to go get your refills on GLV juice. Make sure you try the new Detroit Cast flavor, which Mike loves, right?
Yep, of course. It's named
Was it
after the
Like
Detroit
a
Cast.
raspberry or something like that?
I don't know.
Some sort of berry.
It's secret. Secret formula.
People love it though.
It is the top seller.
Not only did they support the Detroit Cast,
Whoa.
but they listen too. You too can be done with smoke-filled clothes, cars, and homes, and all the friends and family bitching at you. It's time to quit for good, and you know it. Check out GreatLakesVapor.com to make it a reality. 100% handmade, tough as nails in the USA. Use the promo code DetroitCast and get 10% off any online orders at GreatLakesVapor.com.
I think Jay uses me as a crutch when he messes up.
No, because I know you're looking at me and you're about to criticize me, so
I wasn't even paying attention.
I'm ready to pound you in the face if you do.
Okay, that's what it was. It wasn't that you were messing up and just wanted to use me as an excuse to get out of it. Okay.
Did you see today that Obama had a press conference?
No.
The White House is coming out and they're banning certain types of military equipment for local law enforcement.
It's too aggressive, Mike.
Absolutely. Gives the illusion. Militarized.
That's right.
Ugh. The surprise announcement comes after the White House signaled last year that such equipment would remain accessible to local police departments despite criticisms of the police response to protests over the killing of black teenager, unarmed teen,
I was going to say.
Mike Brown in Ferguson were over-militarized.
Isn't the point of using those that they're safe and effective?
Yeah, they're safe and effective, and they send a message when you need a clear message sent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that, this idea that you're going to war with a group, it's not really like the people in the militarized looking machinery are never going to throw bricks at the crowd. That's not going to happen. So I don't know what, like, having a strong show of force, what the problem is. If you've got a real riot situation, like, what is the downside to that?
I mean, a real peaceful protest going on.
Right. The interagency task force has since concluded that the risk of such military-style equipment being misused and violating community trust outweighs the advantages it offers in maintaining peace. The trust? What is the mistrust? What are the cops doing in those outfits with those?
That violates trust.
Yeah.
I,
And do those people, is that how you're going to gain the trust in those communities? Really? Is that what you think is going to do it? Take the tank off the street. That'll gain the trust back.
This is sort of like the Michael Moore argument, get rid of the cops' weapons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that might work.
So the new list of banned equipment includes tracked armored vehicles, so tanks, meaning tracked, weaponized aircraft and vehicles, bayonets. Who has a bayonet?
Bayonets.
That'd be awesome.
What is this,
Yeah.
a civil war?
Grenade launchers and large caliber firearms. No camo either. No camo at all.
Do they really need camo here in the city?
No,
Down in Ferguson.
but it's pretty badass. I mean,
Whoa,
I'd love to
wow.
throw on some camo and go.
But I mean, does that
Stand
need
You
to
got
be
like jungle camo on, and you're in the city. Yeah, I don't think that works.
Tell that to Waco, by the way. This idea in Waco, Texas, with the gangs
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday's story.
that went at it.
When the
Banditos.
when the guy
Yeah,
Did they change their logo yet?
I don't
yeah,
think
that
so.
Did we
Mickey
email
didn't
their
see
corporate
that.
office?
I did. They didn't respond.
Were you here? What are you talking about? Did you really?
No. Yeah, they have a corporate office.
Did
And
you
I-
make your call?
I totally hit up
yesterday?
Jamal.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah, what'd they say, E? Did you call the pigmen?
Yeah, that's starting in the fall. Starting in the fall.
He just made that up.
No, I didn't.
Tell us what you did.
Yeah, walk us through the steps.
So you were to call you
Reported
for duty.
I called.
Here I am, Jay. You can count on me. Biggie reporting for
I
duty.
called the
Salute.
whatever the
court clerk.
whoever for the judge.
Yeah.
Don't
that's doing
lead the
it.
witness.
No,
don't
I
lead the
call-
witness.
I found out
counselor.
who the judge was. I looked up the number. I called them and I said, Justin Ross Harris trial. When's it? When do you know when it's gonna start? And
You said the
fall.
pigment. Did you say the pigment?
No, I did
Why
say
not?
Oh, he specifically asked you to ask when the pigment
Okay,
trial
so I could have
starts.
asked her. Sorry, I could have done that, and she could have either hung up or said, "What are you talking about?" And then I had to say Justin Ross Harris.
And she would have gone, oh, that's right. Yeah,
Oh,
he
the
does
pig-
look
oh,
like
I
a
get it,
pig.
the pigment.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll call
Oh, that's
tomorrow and
good.
just ask when the pigment trial. I'll actually say
Every
when
day. Call and ask when the pigment trial
So they
starts.
said the
When's
fall.
this pigment trial?
They said the fall.
They said
and-
the fall, and then I said, I kind of just said like, so you're sure it's not starting anytime soon? And she said yes. That was the end of that.
Did you ask her why?
Nope.
Huh.
Didn't follow up in any capacity.
That's
Look
it.
at that pigman.
Look at it. He's a pigman.
But I called and it's not starting until the fall. So
All right. So football season, we got something to look forward to.
Yeah, football.
I know. The
Damn
Pigman
it! I
trial
wanted the
would
Pigman in the summer.
would be perfect right now.
Ugh.
We got a Chinese woman. Oh wait,
You better wait because the archaic little machine here.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
she's offering her hand in marriage. E, are you in?
No,
Why not? You don't like Asians.
I don't like marriage.
Look at this. He doesn't like Asians.
No, it's more of a marriage.
You hate Asians, don't you?
It's more of a marriage thing.
Well, she's offering her hand in marriage for any person willing to pay the medical bills of her brother who's fighting for his life with
Oh,
Oh,
tuberculosis.
how about that, E?
And
Wow,
meningitis.
that's a great offer.
Wait a minute. Instead of
No, go ahead. You got it. Finish your thought.
instead of a dowry,
Wow,
You have to
he pulled it out. I didn't
have
think
to-
he'd get that one.
you have to pay her, so she gets it. And what?
Yeah, but
Let
you
me
get
see
her,
Let me
dude.
see her.
Now you're interested a little bit.
No.
She's basically, isn't this
Let
prostitution
me
essentially?
Yes. Well, so was
No, you get married. You don't get just sex. You get marriage.
But that's why a guy is going to get married to a total random stranger.
she is not good looking enough to make this deal. I'm sorry.
But if you're desperate and just looking for a piece of ass, because this is basically like, I'll let you tap
What's
my
her-
vagine.
What's her brother
If
like
you-
dying or some shit?
He's got tuberculosis and meningitis.
That's
So,
bad.
well.
Is that pretty bad? I don't know.
sure, whatever. But she's giving you her vagine. I mean, why else
Well,
would you
she's
do this?
saying that,
She's
though?
not saying I want to get to know you and find the right guy. It's like, I'll marry you, just pay his medical bills. In
I
other
got-
words,
we
I'll
could-
let you do me.
We
I
could
got-
reroute some Kickstarter funds. E. What
I
do you
got you.
think?
You know what? I could see if you're right. If you're somebody like
You.
actually, the funny thing is, even though I don't think she's hot enough, and I think it's ridiculous because of marriage, but for someone like me, if I had the money, so then I didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of this finding someone who's going to pretend to like me and yada yada. We would just know this was the deal. Pay for these medical bills, and I get to bang this chick for a while.
Exactly. That's basically what she's offering.
This Chinese chick.
Her name is Fan Ping. She's 25.
That's
She
good.
was found standing in the plaza in the Springs Plaza in eastern China with a sign stating "Marriage offer to save a brother" in a bid to pay the fees. In March last year, her father contracted tuberculosis, and the family racked up medical bills reaching more than $1,500.
Oh, like 1,500 yen or
No, $1,500 US.
50?
And
That's
then-
all it takes. Oh, maybe I
Wait, no,
could.
that's for her dad.
Okay.
So they exhausted their wealth paying his medical bills.
She's anticipating similar bills for her brother, right?
Yeah. On New Year's Eve, her brother's existing tuberculosis and meningitis took a turn for the worse, and he was transferred to another hospital for emergency treatment. To date, the cost of his treatment have reached $7,800.
Still, though, that's not that much.
I know.
$8,000.
Yeah,
I
$8
mean, I don't
grand.
have it, but
I mean, would you bang this chick for $8 grand?
Yeah, if you take it incrementally each time.
exactly. See, the key is you'd have to get a few
to price it
sessions-
out, right?
You'd have to really maximize your value.
I mean, if you banged her 8,000
Well,
times,
yeah,
though,
right?
Per diem.
That's the thing. Like every time, all I would be thinking is every time it's like when you go golfing and sometimes I'll do the the Twilight, and so then I always joke like every hole I get in that lowers every price of the hole. So that'd be just like
Yeah.
this.
Yep.
The whole
So how many?
no pun intended.
price of.
Not Mickey would never go Twilight golfing, but
I totally go Twilight golfing.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like $8 and you can go for as long as you want.
I thought that might be above you.
Definitely not. It's awesome.
So for if you got to pay $8 grand, how many times would you need to nail this chick for it to pay off?
Oh my God. You are just an animal.
At least
He went, he tried to be
He
demonstrative
tried to exhale
and he just spit all.
it'd have to be.
all over his shirt.
Well, the problem is for me, it's all relative. I had sex like 5 times last year, I think, maybe less. So maybe like, so maybe like 500. I don't know.
Mickey's shocked. How many times for real did you have sex?
I'm trying to think, that might have been less than that. I don't know.
With how many
No,
girls?
you know what? No, wait a minute.
That was a good year last year. I feel like
That was
I feel like
yeah.
he was on to something there for a while. Whatever happened to Dawn, by the way?
Yeah.
No, you know what?
What happened to Dawn?
last
You
year,
son of a
it was
bitch!
4 or 5.
What'd you do to her?
Yeah, we haven't
I
heard
don't-
from
I
her
just
at all.
haven't
What
talked-
happened to her?
I don't know. We've
Has
talked
anybody heard from her?
We've talked
Should we
to her.
call her?
No, we're not doing that. Not doing
Should we
it.
call Mandy?
We should call, man. It's a little late.
It's a little late, but let's do it this week.
Remind us. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Maybe.
Let's call Dawn.
We're not doing
See what
that.
the problem
That's
is.
not happening.
Why not?
It's not happening again.
Did you go over there and retap that and kill her, you son of a
No,
bitch?
I have not.
Why
Did you
why
just
don't you
kill
want
her?
us
Just
to
not
call her?
doing it. So just don't worry about it. I'm not doing it.
Something happened. Wow.
Something happened to it, man.
Wow. Can I borrow your phone for a second?
Nope.
E, what'd you do?
I'm not.
Counselor, work him over.
Did it hurty?
Just move on.
No.
I'm not doing it. I'm not answering.
We have her
I'm not
number.
letting you off the witness stand, E.
I'm not doing it. No.
We have her number. Then we'll do it. We'll do it first thing tomorrow. We'll call both Mandy and Dawn.
I'll leave the room when you do it.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Win-win. That's
Yeah.
a win for everybody
Get to the
involved.
bottom
Alright.
of things without you going, oh, fuck. Ah!
Okay.
That was the worst threat ever.
I'll leave the room.
I'll leave the room.
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
We'll call her every 10 minutes then.
That's fine.
You'd be terrible at threat giving.
I didn't have any.
You'd be a terrible threat giver, E.
Well, what did I have? I
You're
don't
really
have
bad
any.
terrorist.
give you $1 million, Jay.
No, I don't have any.
Ooh.
I'm just saying I'm not going to sit here when it happens. I don't have anything I can threaten you.
Why are you
guys
so
with.
embarrassed by it? What did you
I
do?
just don't want it. I'm not talking about it, so I'm done. Here.
All right. So last time we knew, he went over there.
He's done. He's tapped out. This is great news out of Franklin.
What was it? The second rendezvous, right? He had 2 rendezvous with her.
Well, there's some
described.
discrepancy about
Right.
that.
There was something fuzzy
There's
about that.
discrepancies, yeah.
Huh. Did you go out to Out Lemons, you son of a bitch?
You weren't out lemons, weren't you? He's not talking. Look at him. He won't even speak.
Dude.
He's checked out.
That son of a bitch did something.
That's all right. I was going to reroute some Kickstarter funds so you could buy this Chinese chick and have your way with her. I mean, she's basically offering up just a hole. And we were going to buy it for you as a treat.
Yeah.
Jay and I talked about this off the air, but forget it.
Forget it.
Forget it now.
Offer done.
Yep.
Offer rescinded.
We were flying her in and everything. All we wanted was some simple background on what happened to Dawn. So we didn't want the two bumping into each other. We're just looking for a little background. So we'll send her back. Forget it.
Okay.
They've depleted their entire life savings. She added her parents were both aged 50-01 and did not work, instead opting to look after the brother in the hospital. And the family has no income. She shares a room in a motel with some chick.
Brutal.
And every day she wears the same $15 dress and stands in the busy street. I know.
Might be perfect.
Perfect match.
She's
Would've been.
way too young for him, though.
She
She's
says
25.
she's gotten 400 phone
I
calls.
think she's too old for me.
It's way too young.
No,
for
she's too old. I'd like to see her more around 21.
dude.
22.
You're a 34-year-old dude. What
I
do
don't
you
care.
have with a 21-year-old? I mean, where do you get off saying that?
That they're better looking.
You're 34. Why would
I'm not
they?
31.
Why would they be in?
I don't care. That's what
Interested
who cares about them? I don't give a shit about them. I'm talking about what I find good looking.
All
It's
right.
not
Do we
their-
need to go back to the beginning where we're casting a broad net,
I don't find girls.
and now
when I
you're
see
only
my
going
age-
21 and younger?
No, I didn't say in
And
younger. I
dudes?
didn't say in younger. See, you motherfucker just put words in my mouth all the time, and then it's just fact. And then Mike sits there and goes,
21 and younger, he said.
Yep, whatever you want.
And
sure.
dudes.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep, and dudes. And
Doesn't matter
animals.
what age, dude.
Nope.
And animals you're adding to the
Yep,
list?
add it
The
all.
poos,
I'll have sex with trees, whatever.
the sap. It's such a lubricant, righty?
What time of the month is it? He's
Yeah.
very angry today.
Yes.
Extremely angry. What's the matter with you?
He's out of sorts.
They've raised like $1,900 so far.
He's hurting the show. That's what he's doing.
Absolutely. So we
Now
could
he's
have
just
gotten
looking at Facebook. Is all he's doing.
these were donations that came in almost $2,000. So we're getting this chick on sale. We could have walked with her for like 6 G's for
Ugh.
E. I mean, it was going to be a perfect gift for him.
Wow, he blew that up.
Yep.
Sorry.
Your selfishness. And there was another one I was thinking about getting for you, but I think that's off the table.
He's
now.
taking a knee. Don't even refer to him.
Yep.
He's taking a knee.
And then we got a chick, and I know you were hoping she'd climb higher.
I wanted her to go to the tippy top. If she's gonna do this,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? If you were gonna do this, dude, off that fucking high ass building in Dubai,
Yeah.
you go to the tippy top.
I
You hold
agree.
on like King Kong, and then you let go. Right?
I agree. I agree. She was still 6 football fields up, though. I mean,
Observation deck.
yeah. She was a lovesick woman, and she committed suicide by jumping from the 148th floor of the world's tallest building.
Oh,
I mean, if you're going to do it at the world's tallest building, go to the highest
the
point.
tippy top.
I mean, there are other buildings that are 148 floors. That's nothing impressive.
It's nothing remarkable.
The Burj Khalifa in Dubai is the name of the building. After a relationship with a wealthy businessman apparently turned sour, is what happened. Her name was Laura Nunes. In November last year, she'd gone unreported in the autocratic emirate, they say, where public information is tightly controlled. So that nobody said anything. Nobody knew about this. This happened a year ago. No press knew about it. Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. Her devastated mother has claimed that the property group at the Burj Khalifa has refused to return repeated requests for info about the tragedy. Leona Sykes is the mom's name. She traveled to Dubai to seek answers because she can't believe how easily her daughter was able to leap from the building with all their modern safety features. That is a really square face,
dude. The idea of blaming the building for the reason, like, someone that wants to
blaming the building.
I'm gonna blame.
How could you put a building that high right there?
No safety features.
With a woman so distraught.
Yeah, that's really talking about.
Dude, I can't think of the name right now. Freaking Kadog would kill me. The mask that everybody wears to reference anarchy and shit. Yes.
What is it?
Yeah, come on. That's what she looks like.
Vic.
No.
Yeah, I know.
It's something V.
No, he's talking about the. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway, pull down the first picture. She looks like that, dude.
Yeah. It's a very square face.
No, Vendetta, right? V for Vendetta. This one.
Yeah, but there's another name.
What's his name, dude?
There's another name for it.
Guy Fawkes.
Yes.
Yeah, Guy
you
Fawkes,
son of a bitch. Way to use the Google machine. That's who she looks like, though. Look at that.
Yeah, she does. Wow. Is it the smile or the eyebrows? What is it?
The eyebrows. Yeah, it's everything.
Wow.
Dude,
sure
a little bit of Walter's artistry. Turn that in just with a little mustache and pointy beard.
I don't have that picture of her. If I did, I would do it.
Be perfect.
So anyway, the mom goes to the police in Dubai and gets closed circuit TV so they can see from the observation deck what happened. The video shows her walk towards the viewing platform's glass security panels, put her head through a small gap designed to allow tourists to look out and take photographs. I think she got fright. All of a sudden, she turns around and goes back in.
Running start?
No, she didn't get a running start, but she went back. And so the mom thinks she got scared when she looked down. She walked back to the pane of glass, turned around, looked up, maybe to get strength or to make a prayer. Then she put her head out, tilted her body, and slipped through, and no one noticed.
Oh, no.
And just...
She hit an observation deck, right?
Is that what she hit?
She didn't hit the ground. The land.
Her body was found on the terrace of the third floor, a restaurant in the Armani Hotel.
See, that's what would have happened. Had she gone to the tippy top, she would have landed where she actually jumped, that observation deck. So she probably did the right thing. Right?
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? She would have got caught up in a tray underneath. She wouldn't have been able to clear it.
She needed a winged suit. Then
flying
she could,
squirrel.
A little flying squirrel action, gotten out there and then shut the winged suit off, or however you do that. Or just nosedive it. I'm sure you could drive that thing into the ground, right?
A big leg push off the tippy top might have done it. I don't know.
Could you do that? Could you spring off far enough to...
Boy, you only got one shot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, that would suck.
And then it's probably slippery on the tippy top, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look slippery?
It looks like it would be. But I imagine it's probably pretty wide at the top still.
So it
looks like a needle point.
Yeah, you can't. So you can like hold on to the tippy top.
Look at that.
I think you could. I think you could hold on with your hands right around the tippy top.
Yeah.
Put your both legs against it and push off
and spring. Would you backflip? Would you backflip?
You might as well.
A lot.
See how many times? Yeah, you might as well.
See how many times.
You get one shot, man.
There's got to be I can't believe we haven't seen video of this. Although the Burj Khalifa is a popular attraction among both tourists and those living in Dubai, the death has gone unreported until now. It took place on a Sunday afternoon when the restaurant would be packed with guests.
This honestly looks like a building like on Coruscant in the Star Wars world.
Yeah,
it's more of a universe. Jay.
Well, I'm just referring to the manner in which it's built, kind of with towers upon towers next to each other. So Mickey, do you think that kind of a leg push could get you away from the tippy top far enough to clear it?
You know, I think it would. I mean, you got 3,000 foot working with there.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you're pretty aerodynamic, right? If you got yourself flat in the air, you might be able to.
Yeah, clear it.
I don't think so.
27-16.
No, you think you'd land in one of the trays?
I think you'd land in one of the trays.
Huh.
I don't think you could spring. You'd have to spring hundreds of feet out.
I also think
Those
we're
are
really
whole floors.
under.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
I mean, there are probably
Yeah, she would have.
100 people that live on one of those floors.
You're right, dude. You'd land right where she jumped from.
Yeah.
The observation deck. She
Yep.
did the right thing.
Yeah.
Although she cleared a bunch of them. Look what she did.
Yeah. But if she went down the middle, if she went down like,
Yeah, it's true.
if she went, I don't know.
I'm gonna try to find a base jumping video so we can see what they would do. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the leg push would.
Base
work.
jumping's
I do.
different because don't they have? Well, no, I guess not. It'd be just a normal jump. Yeah.
What is wrong with chicks that break up with a guy and then do something like this? I don't understand that.
Is this a situation that said it was a wealthy guy? Like it's the best I'll ever have?
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
She was a masseuse and she was distraught over this on again, off again relationship with this wealthy Emirati businessman.
She looked in the mirror and saw that she looks
she
a
wasn't
hell of a lot like the Guy Fawkes Max
Yeah.
mask and said,
Yeah. So she had her BlackBerry with her. Her phone.
BlackBerry? Who has a BlackBerry anymore?
I
Jesus, what
know.
is this fucking?
Chrysler employees.
Yeah.
Really?
You could get to the tippy top, Jay.
Yeah, they're on the tippy top, you son of a bitch.
Wow. This could have been done.
Look at it, it's the same damn building, right?
Yeah, that's the Burj Khalifa. Oh yeah.
Well,
but now they have packs.
They're
on.
wearing wingsuits.
All right, let's see
But
the jump though.
Oh yeah,
but-
no, you wouldn't hit the observation deck.
Nope.
You could really go. You could. She
Pushed out.
This is a fail.
Yeah.
This is a fail.
Look at them go, dude. That's what she experienced right there.
How fun would that be? She probably had a blast for like a minute.
Ugh.
My God.
Wow, that's
She did.
incredible.
Try to keep this probably keep a professional show around here.
What an incredible city, man.
Well, the mom claims that that there could be clues on her daughter's phone, but that they've gone missing. A BlackBerry mobile phone recovered from her body was returned to her
Look at that, dude.
without its SIM card or memory card.
Ooh.
Yeah. What an advertisement for BlackBerry, by the way.
Yeah, survive that. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, your owner didn't survive, but our phone did.
Yeah.
How crazy, Jay. They're on a freaking this little
They're on the
ramp.
tippy top.
My, how high? Almost 3,000 feet. Oh my God.
Amazing.
I
The whole
couldn't
city.
do
What,
that,
what
dude.
were we watching in Dubai the other day? It was those
The-
jet packs,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
God.
They
Had
had
way too much
jets,
money
though.
out there.
That is incredible. Wow. So anyway, they say I think the mom says, I think she loved Arabs and Arab culture. She liked exploring different religions, but her love of the Middle East, which led her to convert to Islam, also drew her into a romantic relationship that made her unhappy. She loved this guy, but he didn't love her as much as she loved him or his wallet. It's really more like it sounds like.
Perhaps. I didn't want to say it.
No, well, clearly. Would you eat?
I mean, I already saw the other image.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
Of course he'd bank Guy Fawkes.
Her, but not the Asian in the other picture.
I said I would do both of them. I just didn't say it. That doesn't mean they are good looking. It's not a 1-0 scale. It's a.
Oh.
You don't like, you don't like Asians.
No,
He's
this
got
is a
thing
one.
against Asians.
I don't like Asians, but
Jeezy.
well, girls. I'm not attracted.
Right.
To
Guys
Asians.
are fine. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, obviously TCG. So
Right. They tend to be on the smaller side, so they don't hurt as much, right? Is that it?
whatever you want.
Hey, Zot Ford is different from most dealerships in several ways. Number one, they listen to and love the Detroit Cast. Number two, they've won Ford's President's Award 3 years in a row and 4 times in the past 5 years. This award is only given to the top 10% of dealerships in the country, and this means they deliver their customers the best experience possible. And this also means that they fitted Big E with a T-shirt the other day to celebrate that.
Fitted.
Number three, they employ Big E, as I said, one of the greatest moppers of all time. Number 4, finally, Zott Ford has free delivery. They will deliver your new or pre-owned vehicle to your home or office. There's no need to load the kids into the family truckster. Simply go to ZottFord.com, search their massive inventory, pick the vehicle you love, and give them a call. Then, like magic, they'll bring your new car or truck or SUV right to your doorstep. It's that easy.
I have a story that infuriated me. A lawsuit in New Jersey. A woman settled with police for $180,000.
Must have been bad, Mike. It must have been bad. Brutality.
Yeah, well,
mental anguish that lasts a lifetime.
She says she was forced to whiz on the floor of a jail cell while police officers laughed at her.
Well, like I said, mental anguish that lasts a lifetime.
Her name's Rosa Badalamenti, and she sued 2 officers a couple of years ago, actually. It's just been made public now, claiming police would not allow her to use the bathroom, forcing her to drop her pants and pee in the cell. Officers claim that Rosa had been handcuffed to a bench for the officer's safety after entering the station, yelling and screaming. She admitted she was intoxicated, having had 2 to 4 drinks in about an hour at this pub.
Wait a minute.
She stepped outside for a cigarette, and she approached officers who were making a traffic stop outside the bar and said she stood there asking, "What was going on? What's going on?" And so this officer, Michael Denick, told her repeatedly to leave. Get out of here. She's drunk girl, having a cigarette, nosing her shit into other people's business. After stepping out for the cigarette, she was arrested finally after she wouldn't leave these cops alone. She's finally arrested. She had bruises on her chest, wrist, and arms. In the patrol car, she repeatedly said she needed to use the bathroom. At the station, she again said she needed to use the bathroom and was told she could as soon as she gave the police her name. All you have to do is give us your name, and you can use the pisser. She continued. They essentially ignored her request and just smiled and joked about it. Finally, Officer Denick told her to piss on the floor of the cell if you have to go that bad. And no longer able to control the urge to use the bathroom, she pulled down her jeans with her free hand and peed on the floor, at which she claimed the officers laughed.
That is so demeaning, Mike.
Officer Denick stated that she was screaming at the station. Officer John Grady said they told her to calm down before he would take her to the bathroom. Denick also denied he or any other officers were present when she pissed on the floor, claiming he came in for another room to find her jeans along with the bench and floor appeared wet. $180,000.
Wow. It's uncivil, Mike. How can you cause someone to do that? That's awful. It's a basic human right to be able to go to the pisser.
Really? The cops wouldn't let me go to the pisser when they tackled us.
Right. I recall that.
You think I got a case that I could still bring?
Jesus, how often do we have to hear that story?
Well, I mean, I've been in that position where a cop won't let you go to the bathroom. Whatever, you piss yourself. I'll go into their jail cell and take a whiz on the floor for 180 grand.
I'll do it for $1.85.
I agree. I would too. I'd go do it for nothing. I might even pay him a quarter.
I would. Yeah, you're right though. I would. Too.
I would pay him $1. I agree with that. I'd pay $1 to do that.
To go into the jail cell and piss on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about pay, but I certainly would do it for $100,000. 180,000.
Would you, E? Would you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, maybe we can hear that fucking story again. Jesus.
You didn't hear the story again. I just referenced it, you dickhead.
I don't know.
No, he took a knee 20 minutes ago. So
I know
this is just him lashing out a little bit.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, doesn't care about the show.
We'll get to email in just a sec. I wanted to show you this video that's causing outrage.
E, are you going to watch this or are you totally done?
No, he took a knee a while ago.
Just going to go home?
This happened at on Sunday at the Mets game. And a guy, see the nice set of titties there?
Yeah, the titty woman in the the horizontal stripes, making them look even larger than they probably are.
Yeah. Watch the guy here, staring at them titties.
Awesome.
Is he going in? He's going in.
She's like, "Get out of here, you." Camera goes back.
He's still on him.
Like, yeah,
still on him.
He's squeezing her.
He's
titties.
doing like a squeeze. Like who does it? Squeeze.
And she's like, "Would you knock it off, you ass?" And people are outraged.
How could he's assaulting that woman, Mike?
Yeah,
it's probably his wife of 20 years, right?
Exactly. She's protesting and pushing away his hand. The two appeared to be attending the game together, but it is still clear from the video that the woman was not a fan of the very public physical contact. The Mets organization has yet to respond or comment on the video. The fuck is the Mets organization going to say?
Right.
So some guy grabbed a titty in our park of his wife, probably his wife, at least his girlfriend.
What are they going to say?
Oh, he's back. Look who's back.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
No, he wanted to add the phrase, what are they going to say?
Fine. I'm not talking.
You let Jay so get under your
He's
skin.
done. Look at him. The knee has been taken.
Have you ever done that to Gab in public? I think I do that to Beth twice a day. She gets equally mad at me too, but this idea that it's molestation. I mean, come on. I mean,
that's harsh.
I think it's a bit harsh. I don't know. Do girls not like that when you
I
just
probably wouldn't
grab
do it
their
at a
titties?
baseball game. I don't know.
But if you had a few beers, you and Gab are sitting there, you had a few beers.
I wouldn't I don't squeeze like that.
Yeah,
that was weird to me.
The honk.
Yeah. It's like third grade or something. Like
yeah. I don't think I would either, but I could see
brush a nipple.
Yeah, just go down there and boo a little bit. It's the problem.
Seventh inning stretch.
This is an outrage. Why isn't the Mets organization commenting on this outrage in the park? Remember the old days when they catch people fucking on camera and it was like awesome?
When Toronto Stadium first opened, right? That was the big thing out in the outfield.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that still there? Or is that stadium gone now?
No, yeah, that's still there, isn't it? The Sky Dome?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Whatty.
No.
Oh, he's done.
Asshole.
No, he's done.
Called the Sky. No, fine then. You can't have it both ways. You can't fucking.
I asked you a question. Is it the Sky Dome? Is it
No,
still
he's
there?
done. He's done. Don't answer that.
All right.
He quit.
You can look it up. He can look it up.
His point is it's probably some corporate rename, right? It was called the Sky Dome because it opened up. It was
Right.
the first retractable or one of the main first ones.
Right.
So some, of course, like everything else, they come in Comerica, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was E's point. It's going to be a good one.
But is the
I know it.
hotel still there where people, because I thought it was just a couple of years ago.
They probably put.
It's Rogers Center.
The Rogers Center.
Thank you, Mickey, for taking part in the show.
No problem, buddy.
Providing that answer.
I got your back.
All right. What do we got for email?
We do have some email, Mike.
Hopefully none relating to E since he's checked out.
Oh, we never have email related to E. Let's start with Jordan, our pilot friend.
Oh, good. I was hoping he'd check in.
Right. We needed some advice here. Hacking a plane. God damn it. Listening from Spokane, Washington this morning. So this hacker says he can hack a plane and make it fly sideways by changing thrust management systems. So hearkening back to yesterday when my man said he was a passenger, right? And he hacked into the entertainment system.
With a Cat 6.
Yeah, a Cat 6, right? Cat 6. And from there, he was able to hack into the thrust system, he claimed. And there's a huge question, is this guy just bullshitting?
Well, keep in mind, because I saw a lot of people bring this up, that you couldn't make the plane go sideways. So if that's where Jordan's going, I think what he was saying
that's not
is
where he's going.
When he thrusted, it was enough momentum or whatever that the trajectory seemed to make the plane kick sideways a little bit. But I don't think he was saying that he flew it sideways.
Jordan's commenting on the larger issue.
Okay.
Can you hack the fucking control?
Yeah.
Pilot Tom and I fly different airplanes, so he will know more than I do about his plane. I'm no computer expert. I like how he kind of hedged there, like, hey, when Tom comes out and says I'm wrong on this,
yeah, he might be right.
Tom might be right about his plane. I know my plane. I'm no computer expert. I can say that the entertainment systems are likely hackable because they are connected through in-flight Wi-Fi to the ground, and they transmit the passenger's credit card payments. So I'm sure, like any other Wi-Fi system, it is hackable. I don't really see how you can get through the in-flight entertainment system to the flight controls, as they are not linked. However, I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, why would they be?
Yeah.
However, the aircraft is linked through the ground via a different antenna than the Wi-Fi. So maybe if you could hack the data link, you may be able to change the computer-controlled thrust parameters, but the two systems are separate. If this were to happen, the first thing the pilots would do instinctively, all caps, bolded, italicized, is turn off the fucking autopilot and fly the plane manually. In manual control, the pilot is the direct link to the flight control systems. If somehow, some way I discovered the plane was being hacked, as a last-ditch effort, I would pull the circuit breakers to the Wi-Fi and data link antennas. Ask Pilot Tom what he would do. I'll say hacking an airplane is possible, but the second we turn off autopilot, it severs the link. That being said, I think this guy is probably full of shit and might be an identity thief. I have a remedy for all hijackings anyway. Officer Walters in seat 1A at all times. This is your captain, Officer Walters. Some asshole in 37C is attempting to hack the plane. I trust your discretion to deal with this scenario, sir.
And then I wipe out 36 rows of humans.
Yeah.
We've got an onboard hacker.
Oh boy.
On your knees, you son of a bitch! I will end all of you! I will end all of you! Threat eliminated.
Might be counterproductive. I don't know.
As long as I don't shoot through the plane itself, as long as I hit my target center mass on every person I shoot, I think we're good.
Low velocity rounds, Mike.
That's right.
That's a good point. It's a great point, Mickey. Thanks for taking part in the show.
No,
Again, you're welcome.
What he referenced there, I think, is kind of what that guy was saying he did. Because remember, he was saying that he was somehow able to back end hack into the thrust control area. And I was able
to thrust capacitation unit.
I was able to rewrite the code. I rewrote the code.
It's just he's talking about a 787, right? Which actually came out like 2 years ago, just got certified recently for passenger flight. It would blow my mind that Boeing's brand new airplane
Could be
just
hackable.
hackable right from your seat.
By some
Good to go
Joe Schmo.
with a Cat 6.
Right.
It sounds impossible, but I don't know.
Well, the fact that it's being talked about, honestly, I think is a good thing because, as we've said, that's frightening. Just the idea that might be the next, place that these fuckers go when they find that it's tougher to get through security.
Yeah, I hated the thought of talking about it in case they didn't have that on their radar, and now they do. And this idea that all you need to do is the idea that you could take down a plane without having a bomb or shooting something at the plane, but just take over its controls and fly it right into the ground or fly it anywhere else would be. But yeah, you would like to think that you could just, do what Jordan said and just dismantle the whole thing and take off the autopilot and
a quick thinking pilot like Jordan. Stacy writes in, hey guys, not to be a Debbie Downer, just wanted to ask for a mention of our Poos, Ali.
Poos.
He has intestinal cancer and is facing surgery. He's only 7 years old.
No.
And is a rare F2 Savannah.
What happened to the Proops?
25% African Serval. Check him out. He's one of these dudes. We talked about these before, man. When you wanted a jungle cat.
Look at that Proops. That's an adorable Proops. That's a kitty Proops.
Yeah, look at him. Oh, he's hanging out with the pooch.
Look at the Poos. Look at it, Poops. Look at it. Poops.
He, like all of our animals.
With a collie. Playing with a collie Poops.
He's an avid Detroit Cast listener. Please keep him in your thoughts and prayers, Mike.
Thoughts and prayers and all that shit.
He's currently dropped about 13 pounds. He usually weighs 29.
No.
Oh, Ali. Thanks, guys. Love the show and always share it with others. Especially love Walter's stories about being on the beat. Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
So what would you do if that Poops requires $8,000 in surgery, but it'll work, Jay?
Come on, dude. Sorry, Poops.
Oh,
I don't even have cable, man.
Yeah, that's true. If you were flush.
Well, what's flush mean?
This show takes off and you're a millionaire.
$8,000?
You're still not saving the Poops? That was there from the beginning. Tank's going down. In a ball
I
of
love
flames.
Tank.
I know.
She's so pretty.
Yep. Tank requires 10 grand in surgery. She's not going to make it, Jay.
Yeah, if I've got $1 million, sure. Tank can have 10. No problem.
All right.
Rob writes in, on Monday's show, when you guys were shitting on the Banditos logo, which, if there's any local Banditos, it was just a suggestion.
Yeah.
I wasn't really shitting on.
I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as shitting on either.
Just
constructive criticism.
Right. Jay said 1% MC. What the hell does that mean? Remember that was a part of the insignia there, part of the logo. There's a stat that 1% of motorcycle clubs are violent and or criminals and do the Sons of Anarchy shit, and the other 99% are just dudes that ride bikes around and hang out. So if I was to hazard a guess, I'd say that is what the 1% MC stands for. Just wanted to let you know. Love the show, Rob.
Yeah, I was hearing that each patch on the back, like some of them had different, they'd have the Banditos logo, but then they'd have different patches around it.
Oh, it's like a merit badge.
Yeah, they all represented
like the Bobcat, the wolf, and the bear, and then the Weeblo.
Exactly.
It's renamed. It really does.
But yeah, I think they all represent different levels of badassness in the gang.
Okay.
that you are.
So like, yeah, you're the 1%.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tim writes in, last night I was watching the podcast live and had the misfortune to see Big E fondle and scratch at his naughty bits.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is he listening? Look, he's listening. Still has his headphones on. You heard that. I was wondering if he could be suffering from the dreaded crotch rot.
Oh, probably.
It can be contracted from dirty women, but I wouldn't consider his hand a female.
Dirty men.
Or dirty men, you're right. Only thing left would be horrendously bad hygiene. Anywho, enjoy your multitude of shared contact points.
Oh,
Tim.
thanks.
Yeah, no, he's constantly reaching in, and then he's constantly opening doors and shit. Yeah.
Touch my phone.
Ugh.
Sick son of a bitch.
Save the rest for tomorrow.
All right. Well,
Just real quick, I said the 787 came out 2 years ago. It was 4 years ago. I don't want anybody to call me out.
they would have.
He's learned.
They would have.
Learning quick, young Mickey.
All right. Well, that'll do it for the Detroit cast. I'm really excited for the Tramp, Mike Tramp.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
The Tramp.
If he comes in here, it looks very good that he's coming in. So we'll hopefully see him at some point.
Got a duet with the Tramp, Mike? What would you do? What would you
yeah,
give?
if he'll sing? I don't know if he'll sing.
Oh, you'll inspire him.
Maybe, perhaps. Would you join in?
Belting shit out like hell yeah. With the Tramp?
with the Tramp in house? Come on.
White Lion lead singer, man.
I know. Anyway, have a good rest of the day, everybody, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for an all new Wednesday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch